Are you struggling to get AWS credentials into your Docker container on AWS ECS? You're not alone. This is a common challenge for many developers, and today we're going to break it down step by step. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when everything seems to be set up correctly, but things just don't work as expected. You're trying to connect your Django application with AWS CloudWatch, and it feels like you're hitting a wall. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. One user is using Django with Nginx and UWSGI, running in a Docker container on AWS ECS. They need to provide AWS credentials to their container for logging with the Watchtower app. Sound familiar? Let's dive into the solution. So what's the issue here? The user has set up their local environment correctly, but when moving to AWS ECS, they encounter an internal server error. This can happen due to misconfigured IAM roles or incorrect paths for AWS credentials. Stick around, because at the end of this video, I'll share a crucial tip that can save you a lot of headaches when working with AWS and Docker. To begin resolving the user's issue, the first step is to ensure that the AWS credentials are correctly configured in the ECS task definition. The user should navigate to the AWS Management Console and locate the ECS service. Next, the user should create or edit a task definition. In the task definition settings, the user can specify an IAM role that has the necessary permissions, such as CloudWatch Logs Full Access. This role will allow the container to access AWS services securely. After setting the IAM role, the user should ensure that the ECS service is using the correct task definition. They can do this by updating the service to use the latest task definition revision. If the user still encounters issues, they should check the CloudWatch logs for any error messages. This can provide insights into what might be going wrong with the container's execution. Finally, if the problem persists, the user can consider using environment variables to pass AWS credentials directly to the container. This can be done in the task definition under the environment section. Fun fact, did you know that AWS was originally created to provide a way for developers to access computing power without having to manage physical servers? Now, we can run complex applications in the cloud with just a few clicks. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggested by another user is to utilize IAM roles for Amazon ECS tasks. This allows you to specify an IAM role that your containers can use to access AWS resources directly. Here's the tip I promised. Always keep your IAM roles and policies updated. Regularly review permissions to ensure your applications have the access they need without unnecessary risks. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to successfully configure AWS credentials in your Docker container on AWS ECS. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.